Oh, it's
You can
it's
go. Yeah.
recording. Sorry, guys. There's like this bloody countdown, and I don't realize it starts recording before the countdown. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our our reaction to the latest Attack on Titan episode because we had two drop this week after last week's earthquake in Japan, and I hope everyone's okay over there. Um, with that, but because of that, we had to wait a week for 14 and then 15 drops straight after. I've watched this 24 hours ago, so I've had a little bit of time to sort of settle down and process. But you're fresh off the blocks, Poro. You
Dude,
tell me how you're feeling.
yeah. So typically there's like some waiting period after we watch the episodes versus like when we record. I literally just recorded like a live reaction to these two episodes, which may or may not come out before or after this. But holy crap, man. It was literally dude, emotionally, I wanted to cry the whole time. Those two episodes, I think, like hit equivalent to like hero of season 3. Like that scene in the beginning with Armin, Eren, and Mikasa, that was just so insane. I'm so glad Isayama gave us like a moment like that because we were discussing earlier. Like I thought Eren would just fuck off and go talk to Zeke without like ever having a like meet up with Armin and Mikasa, and to see him just rip those two apart was so sad but so awesome to see at the same time.
It was it was shocking. It was really like
Yeah,
it was like I went a step too far with Mikasa, but then he went like four steps further than what was a step too far. Like, and then finishing by saying, "Mikasa, I've always hated you." Oh, I was literally just going, "Oh no!" in front of the TV when he said it. I was like, "No!" I was cringing for my best girl, Mikasa. So sad for her. Like, oh my god. Oh
yeah.
yeah, it was tough. It was tough to watch.
Dude, and it literally like it makes so much sense. Like it fits narratively with the past 3 seasons. Everyone's complaints with Mikasa, right? Like her just being a simp for Eren. You no longer like that is literally what an Ackerman is. Like they're a simp for whoever they're ruling, right? They're the bodyguards for whoever, and
Yeah.
Eren was the person she was supposed to guard. And like her like snap in the cabin when she like stabbed that dude and got the scarf and everything, like it all makes sense. And I'm curious, so like, is this the information that was withheld earlier in the season that you and Yaz were kind of referring to? It was?
Yeah, so partially, and
Okay.
I'm actually really glad that they saved it for now
Yeah.
because it just hit the fact that we didn't know, and you find out at the same time that Mikasa finds out. Fuck, like, yeah. So it's I think there's a lot to be revealed. I don't know much, but my limited understanding, and this is literally from only one line that I read, that actually Ryan, one of the earlier episodes of season 4, the one when he's sitting, Galliard's there, and it's right after Ryan wakes up and Galliard's sitting there, and they're having like that conversation, and peeks in the room as well, and something
Yeah.
gets brought up about the Ackermans, and he says that it's like an experiment sort of thing, and all I that is all I knew. So I think there's a lot more that I yet need to know about them as well. But yeah, that's and also, you know what I think also kind of made sense in some way, like Eren hating her, like
Yeah.
in the way Pixar said in a couple of episodes ago that all needs to be like a kernel of truth in a good lie, like, or the truth needs to be stuffed within a lie. I don't know if he
Mhm.
hates her, but if you go, you think every time he treats her with like disdain every time. I'll save you, blah blah blah. He's just like, no, you pass a fuck off sort of thing. Like, I can handle myself, and it always seemed like, but for someone like him, it kind of makes sense. Would detest someone who literally has no free will like her in some way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know it. Like that's what I was saying before. Right? It fits in so well. Like every time he hit her, I've been like Mikasa, like you gotta like just stop sticking to me. Like do your own thing. And you think it's because like Eren wants to be this like badass. He doesn't want like Mikasa's help. He doesn't want
Yeah.
anyone's help. But it's actually because Mikasa's such a sheep, and he hates that about her.
Well,
Um,
I don't think he realized. He said it in the show yesterday. He didn't realize why. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm very, 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 very curious about Eren in these last two episodes. Very curious about Eren. Um, I think, yeah, just the other thing to close off the Mikasa thing. Like you remember, like every time she thinks Eren's gone, she's got a headache. She always has a head.
yeah.
Watching season one again, it's a fucking thing.
Is it actually like every time
Yeah,
she?
every time Eren, she thinks
Oh
Eren
my
like has been
god.
eaten or has died or has taken away. She's always like my head hurts or like or she's touching her head every time.
Dude, how like I don't understand how Isayama does this.
I don't either. It's fucking unbelievable writing. Like
Like most, yeah,
it's
most writers have like an architecture, right? It's like, okay, this is how I want to tie these things in. But for Isayama to have that much detail and like foreshadowing something this late in the game, that's insane, dude. I don't
it,
know. I don't understand
it's it's like he had written every single chapter of the manga before bef-
releasing it.
before releasing it.
Yeah.
It's not just the plot points. It's like literally the things that they say. It's
Yeah.
fucking mental, bro. It's honestly like this is his magnum. I don't know what other mangas he's made, but this has to be his like magnum opus. Like he will never do.
Yeah.
I don't believe someone could do two of these. Like this is. I mean, and you think about it, like it probably has been a lot of his life.
It's been like 10 years, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Dude,
guess
so
109 chapters, like 12. Don't they do a chapter a month? 12 chapters a year.
yeah.
It's literally been like 13 years of his life, 13 and a half
Yeah.
years of his life doing this. And but I'm saying he would have been thinking about this for so long. First episode, like before the first chapter came out, because it's fucking mental, bro.
Yeah, that's true. And
Like it's crazy.
yeah, I think this is his first manga actually, because I remember in an interview he was thinking of like this was kind of like a last ditch effort to like get some money, and it like turned out to be well. I'm not sure, like, but I think it might
Whoa.
be. And dude, also like a really funny thing after this, he's planning on building his own spa. So like a lot of people on Reddit are like, yo, after he's given us depression, he wants to cure it with this spa. So that's like a business
Oh,
move.
yeah. I just can't. Like, I just don't think like. I don't think you can. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it would have to
I
be
don't
like
think you
if
can keep. I don't think you can keep making manga after this. Like you have, he has literally delivered. Like I personally think this is the best show I've seen. I can't think of another anime or not. Like maybe Breaking Bad, but I think
yeah.
as good as Breaking Bad. I can't think of another television show that I've ever seen that is so well written and just like everything is it's unbelievable. I can't. It's blows my mind, dude. It actually blows my mind. I like I said, I'm watching season one again. Every time I watch season one, I'm sitting there with like a person who's never watched it before. I feel like I'm a fucking different show to them. I literally feel like go back if you go like when you go back and like rewatch season one, it's like it's you do it with someone who like has no idea what's got like who has watched it
Yeah.
and you sit there and it's like every single like time they're talking about the fucking armor type like the fucking things like zoomed in on Reiner but it looks so normal
Oh god.
perspective of like the person it looks like that's what should be happening like obviously Reiner would be like where are they where's this going on and like so it honestly feels like and every oh bro I've noticed so much more this time like Annie hated Reiner like every time Reiner said anything to her, she just walks away or like basically says "fuck off." Dude, it's so crazy, man. Like every single piece of dialogue takes on a new meaning. Like once you're down this far into the anime, it's crazy. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, because in season 1, like when Annie beats Eren and Reiner's ass, like we kind of see why.
But there's so many more little things. There's so many more little bits and pieces where it's like just in conversation, like Reiner will say something and Annie will just like scowl away or something like. So many little bits and pieces. It's crazy, man.
That's great. Yeah, honestly, I gotta rewatch season 1. But yeah. So right after the Mikasa thing, we get this. I can't really even say battle. We get this beatdown of Eren and Armin, and dude, when that was happening, he says, "Oh, Armin, there's a reason we never fought." I was like, I wanted to laugh, but I also wanted to cry. It was such a weird mix of feelings. I was like having during that scene.
He had to be. Well, okay, what's your take on Eren in this scene?
I haven't even had time to digest it. I understand. I'm glad he kind of like fought Armin in this. Like and I think it's kind of like growth. It's like he no longer sees Armin as someone he has to protect. It's someone he can see like eye to eye, which is why they're like able to fight like that. So I actually think I like that their relationship has kind of progressed to this.
Like, what do you think Eren's trying to do? Like, what? Like, it's exactly like what Armin said to him. Like what did he come there to talk about? Because all he fucking did was like overly antagonize both of them. Point where like Mikasa would have just broken there. It's just after reflecting, I was like, he just went too far.
Yeah, but at the same time, right? It's like he has this information now about like Ackerman's and about what Armin's going through, and he didn't say like any lies. Like he wasn't saying anything just to like he wasn't lying about these things that he was saying. He was telling the truths about these characters. He's saying Armin, you might be sympathizing with the enemy. Bertolt is living inside of you. Like that's undisputed. Mikasa, this is the reality of who you are. You're a slave. And yeah, it's definitely like he could have worded it a bit more politely, but I don't know. It fits with his whole like, I have to do this alone. None of you guys see the bigger picture. So like by him berating those two, he's kind of like showing them like, listen, you guys don't know what's best.
So trying to push them away.
I think so.
Like, do you think he hates sense, Mikasa?
Right? At that moment, dude, I think he does. I think he does. Like you could argue like, oh, maybe he's pushing them away because when he dies or when he does this horrible shit, he doesn't want them to be kind of emotionally too attached. But I don't think it's like something that noble. I think Mikasa, because he's treated her like this throughout the show. So I think he does hate Mikasa. And with Armin, honestly, I don't know why he beat his ass, like just because he was going to punch him for what he said to Mikasa. Like Eren's not taking shit from anyone.
By the way, like just how fucked was it when literally goes, Mikasa, I've always hated you. Armin tries to jump over the table and Mikasa doesn't even realize. She's like, yeah. Oh man, like just I wonder what Gabby's thinking.
Dude, I could give less of a shit with what Gabby's thinking. Like, I was so invested on the three main guys just because we've seen these three like for 3 seasons. Mikasa always has Eren's back. Armin always has Eren's back. Eren and Mikasa believed in Armin, and now to see them like fight each other, Mikasa doesn't even know which side she's cheering for at this point.
No,
Armin is clearly
she's definitely fuck. Like, I don't think Mikasa. I don't think Mikasa has like the mental capacity to choose right now. I just think she's just completely broken.
Yeah, like that's what I mean, right? It's like before you would kind of think like, oh, she wants to take Eren's side, but now it's like she doesn't want to, she has to. Like she's bloodbound to protect her, even though like she clearly does not. She's siding with Armin logically, like she wants Armin to win.
Just to give you clarification, I didn't know that. I only knew that the Ackermans were part of an experiment.
Okay.
She was bound to him or anything like that. I had no fucking idea. I was like, my jaw was through the fucking floor. I was like, oh my god, Eren, no! What are you doing? You're breaking. Fuck, you're breaking it, bro. And then the look of disgust that Eren gives Armin when Armin basically like who's the slave? Like, you're the one beating the fuck out of your friends. Like, what are you like? Essentially saying like, fucking sure, like you're not the slave, and you know what I mean? Because why does Eren get to say Armin is controlled by Berthold, but he's not controlled by like memories of his fucking of founder? Like he's got the founder, the Warhammer, and the Attack Titan. People's memories from those. Like, what? Why is he free?
Yeah. I guess since it's like originally his dad's memories, I don't know. And when Armin says like, "Oh, you're still controlled by that bastard," is he referring to Zeke or someone else?
No, I didn't. I honestly didn't understand exactly what. I think Armin was basically just saying like, what you're willing to do right now. Are you sure that you're in?
Yeah.
Because like I mean, one way of looking at it is that Armin just can't see Eren ever doing so or saying things that he's himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fucking still confused. I'm still confused about Eren. Like,
No, so I think this episode kind of.
Pardon.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I just don't understand how he got from saying to them on the back of that train that everyone's so important to him to getting to like that meeting with Zeke and just not giving a fuck. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, that wasn't that long.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened in that period of time? Because he was still smiling. He just looks. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so much more to talk about, but I think that comes after this episode. We picked Armin and Eren fighting, or I did. One of us did.
Yeah.
I didn't know it'd be like that though. Fuck. And there's a theory that I have heard, that I've heard on another reaction that I've watched since the episodes that ties into my theory that like what if this comes down to Eren, or like what if this comes down to Mikasa having to Eren?
Yeah.
And it was a really interesting theory about like how the Ackermans were made, or like with what they were actually made for. And the theory was that the Ackermans were made by the first founding Titan, and they were made by the first founding Titan not to guard, because they were made by the made so their memories couldn't be manipulated and they couldn't be controlled by the founding Titan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So were the Ackermans made by the founding Titan not only to protect the royal family, and i.e. the founding Titan, but also as a check and balance against any evil founding Titans in the future that could fuck on? Like, so the Ackermans actually like stopgap solution that have free will against the founding Titan if a founding Titan comes up and fucks everything or tries to kill everyone because they've got superpowers. They're basically a god. So is the Ackerman's second dual role to then have the clarity and not be manipulated and therefore can kill an evil founding titan. So if that Eren goes, is it then Mikasa as the Armin that can't be controlled by the founding titan to kill Eren?
Yeah, I mean, like, so we discussed this
What the
Mikasa.
fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. So, like, I think, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about, Mikasa killing Eren. That'd be a huge twist. But after this episode, I don't think that happens. I don't think she can turn on Eren at this point. I think now that this rule has been established, I don't think. I agree, though. I think the founding titan did create the Ackermans, but I don't think they can betray whoever their king is. I think that's something that they're physically just incapable of doing. But like I did want to. So I was thinking, right? Like Levi should be then like Erwin should have been his king, right? But
yeah.
At the same time, right? Like he was kind of the one who sentenced Erwin to die. Erwin was still like at this crossroads of, oh, yo, could I just go to the basement real quick and just check out what's underneath there? And Levi's like, no, I'm sentencing you to die. You're going to go out and lead that charge.
But
and
does
like,
that
would an Ackerman?
But does that suggest that an Ackerman can be free of that host?
I don't know. Like Levi and Mikasa seem just like Levi seems like he could just do what he wants, but Mikasa seems beholden to Eren. So unless Levi's ruler is someone else, like you don't think it could be Kenny, do you?
Oh, he tried Kenny.
Yeah, he tried to kill Kenny.
I don't know. Look, I don't know that yet, man. I know that there was a lot of Ackerman stuff that we missed in season 3. Was in the manga, but I think we missed a lot more of Kenny backstory and stuff in the anime. In the manga, there was they suggest that you actually go back and like read season 3 part 1's manga chapters because there's a lot that apparently got missed of like lore and backstory. But yeah, I don't know.
So I guess the next scene is with the cadets, right, and the Jaegerists kind of infiltrating.
Yeah,
what's the cadets' what's the guy's name? The bald dude?
Keith Shad.
Shadis, yeah.
I don't really have too much to say here.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, it was a moment where you're getting this theme of energy and customs and cultures overrun by the new world kind of stuff. But I don't have if we've got a lot to talk about and I don't have that time, so I don't know. Do you have anything important to add there?
No, only one thing to say is I think Shadis or whatever his name is, when he was saying like, oh, I could take all the cadets by myself. I think my interpretation of it was like he wanted the cadets him up to be easier, so he was putting up this front like, oh, I'm ready to fight you guys, so you should be ready to fight me. So I thought like in a way that was him like being selfless and saying like, yo, beat me up, like join them, like you don't want to go to jail, you don't want to die.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make this easier for you.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually agree with you. I think that's exactly what happened too. That's it.
And I'm glad they tied him in because I liked his bystander episode. I thought it was pretty good, and it kind of like it's the tragedy of the side character. I feel like that's what the alternate title could have been.
Yeah.
Him being aware that he's a side character.
And in some way, this episode is selflessly making himself a bystander. Like he kind of brought the fight up, made the fight happen, but then let them win. Maybe. Well, I mean, I don't think let them win. I don't think he was ever going to win the fight, but like he egged them into making it. So he was kind of still a bystander.
Yeah. And next scene, so you predicted this, and then I kind of like caught on later on. The wine that, or like Levi's comrades would turn into Titans. and I'm glad we predicted it. It was kind of obvious, I guess, towards the end, but we predicted this, I think, before the whole wine thing was revealed.
To be fair, we watched the trailer. Like
we did watch the trailer.
Yeah. But I think it would have been easy to click onto it. A couple of episodes as soon as we knew there was something in the wine, I think it would have been pretty obvious, at least to me. Yeah. So I can't. I'll get the annoying stuff out of the way first. We still weren't anywhere near with 3DMG action. The whole time I was watching this whole, I was thinking, "Fuck yes, this is way better. This is way better." And then when it finished, I was like, "Okay, it was way better," but it didn't really hit a really high point for me. But it was they put a lot of effort in, and they did do some cool looking stuff in their own way. But they didn't hit the highs that Wit could have, or their team on could have. I still think like I love artistic direction. The scene like Levi kind of hauntingly talking from like the forest, and like kind of he still seemed like a badass.
Yeah.
So firstly, animation I gave a pass. I would have loved to have seen more, but I didn't feel like it took away from. I was watching it just at the end of it. I was like, oh, like parts of that could have been cooler.
Yeah, I think my one complaint is it seems like they have this filter on these scenes that like make the scene look like less vivid in terms of like color and everything. And
what do you mean?
Like when you look at the scenes, the colors don't seem as vivid. It seems like there's some like Instagram filter that blurs it a little bit. Not blurs it, but like dims the visuals. And I saw like a side by side on Reddit like of like a season 1 shot versus like a season 4 shot, and it doesn't look as, I don't know, exciting, as flashy as it would have before.
Yeah, you know sometimes they have to make it darker though for people that have seizures.
Okay.
So like, but I don't think that's the problem here, because like you would have seen that if you Levi versus Beast type 1, you'll see like when he's slicing his nape open, it goes really dark because it's like just so much fucking going on the screen. So I think when you get the Blu-ray version, there's no dimming. Like when they release it on TV, they have to dim parts of it. But yeah, I think the overall theme of the art this season, right, is just darker.
Yeah, maybe. It's just like the still images. I don't like it as much as it did the past seasons. That's pretty small. With most of Levi's action sequences in this episode, though, I didn't really see anything wrong with it. I think they did kind of navigate out of showing too much Levi because they did it off screen because it was a big surprise when he attacked Zeke later on, which is, fair play. And he did have a couple of cool sequences where he would like maneuver out of like a hand coming at him, or like
I thought that's
Beyblade on a Titan.
Well, but like when he hit the Beyblade, if you watch it, like it's so choppy. Like they've actually not. I watch him Beyblade Beast Titan. It's really like really did like. But again, I think I thought they did well with what they had there. Like I think given probably resource and time constraint, I thought that what they did looked cool. But like it honestly was nothing on how he Beyblades like Oh, do you remember Beyblades like the arm of the Titan, or when he Beyblades the fingers? The fingers look when he did the arm, it was like really
fingers,
choppy.
Yeah, the fingers.
Anyway, so we got it was actually got like Levi versus Beast Titan round 3, and
how do you go 0-3 against?
I honestly just I'd seen in the trailer again, like still, and so I probably had it. Like I just no one can get any fucking where near Levi in this show. Like he has never remotely come close to being beaten ever.
Yeah,
except for maybe Kenny. But no, still not even. He still fucks Kenny up really. From
Yeah,
getting
and Kenny had like his
ambushed.
whole. Yeah, Kenny had his. It was an ambush. Kenny had his whole squad of goddamn military police assassins, and Levi got shot on the shin. That's it. Like the only other time was when he had to like save Mikasa from Annie, and then I think he like sprained his ankle or something. But
I think he broke it because he was
like,
out all season 2.
okay, yeah, so he broke it. But like even then, right? He's still like that.
He's
He was saving someone else.
he's just like, so it's just like it was still over in 30 seconds, you know?
Bro, all 3 fights, you could clip them in a minute. He wins.
Yeah,
He
I
wins
know.
all 3
I
of them.
know. Well, the second fight was not even really a fight, but still, we'll call it round 2.
It was,
So,
yeah, 2 seconds.
okay, I can't understand for the life. If I'm gonna fucking blade through his throat right then and there.
Yeah, dude.
Like, seriously, cannot live. You cannot let
After
this
that
guy
episode,
live.
yeah, after that episode, because I watched a shit ton of reaction channels for season 3, and all of them were like, "Oh, Levi, dude, you gotta kill him. Like, don't worry about eating him." So after this episode, I was like, "Yeah, Levi, you gotta end him, bro." But like, he
Yeah.
kept him alive, and I was like, kind of mad because I was like, "Bro, Zeke is clearly just like a villain. He's converted your comrades. He's done all this horrible shit. Just like, why keep him alive?" And it was kind of like rooting against Zeke in a way. But then the episode after, I don't know if it was the same for you, but the episode after completely like won me over for Zeke. I was like, man, I really like him again.
So just in that scene, noted like a bit of his Beast Titan when Zeke was pulling away, like moved. The mouth of the Beast Titan like moved the ground as like it like.
Oh yeah.
Zeke's got a way out. I don't know how, but like that was too like it wasn't. There was a reason that part of his mouth moved.
Damn, yeah, you're right, dude. I did notice that, but then like everything else going on, I forgot about it. But what could it be, bro? His whole body was there, like.
I don't know, but something's. He knows a lot about the Titans and how they work, Zeke boy. So.
Yeah, he does.
And so speaking of Zeke,
yeah,
you go.
Oh no, I was gonna tie into the next episode, but if you have one
That's
more.
what I was about to. No. I was about to tie into. I was about to tie into the next episode as well. So speaking of Zeke, now we're going back in time.
Yeah, and like before this thing happened, I was like saying, you know, I didn't want another flashback episode because I feel like we've had our fair share of those in season 4, but I think it was like it was classic Attack on Titan, right? You're like you dislike Zeke. End of episode 14, you're like, bro, he's just killing all these people. Like Levi, just end him. And then you see his backstory, and like everyone was kind of sympathizing for the child warriors, Annie, Reiner, Bertold. Like, oh, they were children, they didn't know any better. They were like their personalities were split. Like you feel bad for Reiner. Zeke did that shit like 7 different ways and at a younger age. Like he was talking to his parents, his grandparents, his like the warriors, his like one friend who he was playing baseball with. Like he had 17 different personalities, and you just feel for him.
Yeah, I like. It's really hard to like Grisha.
Yeah, after this episode, 100%.
Really hard to like Grisha. Like he up.
Yeah, and it's so weird, right? Because we've seen Grisha from like everyone's perspective now. We've seen him from Eren's perspective, we've seen him from his own perspective, and now we've seen him from Zeke's perspective, right? And like after end of season 3, we see it from Grisha's perspective. Is like, oh, you know, I understand his actions because his parents were like this. He went through this with his sister. Makes sense. But then you see how he treated Zeke, and you're like, yeah, what the hell? Like, you can't force these things on Zeke, and to have him literally like I loved how Zeke he still had this like double agent kind of thing from an early age, and then he's concerned for his parents. It's the complete opposite of what we thought, like him betraying. he was concerned. He was like, "Oh man, my parents are screwed. I'm screwed. What should I do?" And then his friend is like, "You gotta rat him out. That's the only way to salvage you and your grandparents. Otherwise, all 5 of you are gone."
Well, the thing is, Mr. Cassava was right. Like, they just treated him like shit.
Yeah.
And then he overhears like, all he wanted was a bit of love, a bit of TLC. All he wanted was to throw a baseball around a couple of, like, for 10 minutes a day.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was
Grisha,
sad, dude.
Grisha he fucked it up.
Yeah, and it's so weird, right? Because from his parents, like Grisha's parents, they I feel like Grisha didn't learn, right? Or do you think he overcompensated and then did too much?
I think he was completely like evangel. He was like a restorationist evangelic,
Mm-hmm.
and he felt like it was his life's mission. He felt like he was a chosen one, and therefore Zeke was a chosen as well, because he fucking married Dina, and they were the chosen couple, and Zeke had royal blood, and like he just didn't he didn't think about he had to raise Zeke properly as well as teach him all these things. And I think he really tried to fix that when he with Eren. Like he did it different. Like he really did it differently to Eren, and I think that was the whole thing with the Owl saying like, find a new family, have a child, love them, blah blah blah. This was a really because a lot of people didn't really understand why was like a lot of people thought that the Owl was still behind Zeke being a double agent, but now I find out that Zeke just had his complete own agenda in this, which is fucked up.
Yeah, well, so not entirely, right? Like him writing out his parents, we were debating, right? Like, was it the owl? Was it Grisha who was like the mastermind? But it was the previous Beast Titan who we were curious who it was, and now we found out. So he was the one who kind of like instilled this like rat him out, and this whole euthanization plan kind of came like Zeke thought of it, but like this guy kind of mentored him and like told him like, yeah, that's the way to go. So it
Yeah,
was
but
the previous Beast Titans, yeah, predecessor.
but it was Zeke's plan. Zeke told him, and he couldn't believe it to start with.
Yeah,
And then, but so happy because he found someone who, wanted to have a solution that he thought would atone for, because he probably wishes that he never had the kid that he had. So Zeke came up with this plan that would, have fixed all of his problems in the sense of he would have never had a kid if he couldn't have a kid.
dude, and yeah, what a bizarre solution. Like I did not see this coming in 1,000 years. Like the solution, instead of killing one side, killing the other, is we're gonna euthanize Eldians. So we're gonna, without killing ourselves, we're gonna go extinct. Which is like, okay, yeah, you're not killing anyone, but that's still depressing. Like, I don't know. How did you feel about that when you heard it?
I like I was trying to make sense of it from Zeke's character. It's very but I think in his mind, what he thinks can happen is if he does that, then all the Eldians still alive can just live and die in peace, while everyone goes, oh yeah, they're going to be, like he was trying to give everyone already alive a free pass through life, knowing that they couldn't be Titan, like, or they couldn't make any more Eldian, whilst ensuring the rest of humanity realized that they were going to be safe in the long run. So I think he was trying to like come up with a compromise that meant no one had to die, but it ended the wrath of the Titans, or and from his perspective, he just he thinks it's better that people aren't born into that position. So he's not really doing it for the rest of the world. He's doing it for the Eldians that have not been born yet.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be born into this world.
Yeah. And do you think that that's better than, you know, killing Eldians, killing Marleyans? Like, do you think this is a better solution than war?
No. No, I think it's a really fucking weird, whacked out solution. And I like it because I can see this show's going to get real fucking weird in the last season. Real weird.
Yeah.
Like we have on our hands the makings of an end that is going to be so wild. Like, and this is kind of where, before we get into this, let's get to, because I want to come back because there's a number of different I want to talk about in like
Sure.
detail. Number one is like what Cassava said about running Titan. So it came to be when Ymir touched something. Number two is the fact that it can change the biology of Eldians. What the fuck? Three, that Eren is going his plan. So they're the main three things that I want to talk about once we get through the recap. So I guess to just finish this off, and I know we've really blazed through this and there's a lot that we've missed, but now Levi ends up half dead.
Yeah.
And it was a bad strategy. It was a bad strategy. Like why? Like he had 1,000 different ways he could have kept Zeke under wraps. Why did it need to be like mutual? Why did he need to use a thunder spear that'll half kill him or kill him? Or like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, there was so much going on. I guess it was if Levi was caught slipping, if Zeke tried anything, it would happen anyway. But yeah, he could have easily just kept slicing him and been vigilant.
Right. Okay.
Dude,
That's a good point. It takes the agency away from Levi. Like it's Zeke. Zeke moves. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, the thing that really was just like hella disturbing is we've always seen Zeke as this like calm, calculating, like reserved person. Like he was in control of his motions, of his plan, of everything. Just like when he went out, like the way he did, like, and I'm assuming he's dead. Like the way he screamed, like, "Oh, are you watching now?" And he like just jerks his neck back. That was so disturbing, bro. It was like this man is just so tortured. He just wanted to end it all. And
I don't think he's dead.
So shook.
I think he's dead. I mean, there's a non-zero. There's a chance that he's not dead, but he's dead. I think he's moving part of the Beast Titan. I think something's. I think there's more Levi dying than Zeke. I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
now that I know, like I don't, but possibly this can't kill Levi. Surely Levi doesn't act like this. It'd just be weird.
I mean, yeah. Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Like Khal Drogo, like the most powerful guy in the show, he like died from a pillow. So that's what I think of. If Levi dies from this, just like the twist.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be a bit like.
But I don't think he died from this. I think it would be a lot more impactful than, like, this to me could have been like Zeke's finale. Like we get his backstory, we get this like painful like voice acting, like amazing voice acting, but like this painful kind of yell for help or whatever it is, just this desperation in his voice, and then he just yanks his neck and ends it. Like that was just so like impactful for me. That's what I felt the most that episode.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think Zeke's dead. I think even when he didn't seem in control, like he's still. I think he took a gamble. He took a gamble that maybe somehow he's not going to die and Levi will. Or maybe he just wasn't with it. I don't know. You could be right. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel watching someone. I felt like it looked like he was out of control, but I don't know. I think maybe it's because I've always stayed calm that I just assume that there's a significant this doesn't meet the eye here.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'm curious. However, I did have a theory earlier today, which does match up with Zeke dying. The theory was that if Eren did knock up Historia, and I know we're now building theories on theories, but I'm very much a fan of building theories on theories. If Eren did knock up Historia, and he does have some link to paths, such that he can go back in time and tell the owl to tell his dad that he has to save Mikasa and Armin. Which, by the way, suggests to me that he doesn't hate them. I think there's a few things that I think suggest that he doesn't hate Mikasa and Armin. But if he has that level of power overseeing the future and the past and stuff, did he knock up Historia at the exact time to have her have the baby at the same time as he dies, so that the beast type is inherited by the kid?
Oh my god.
Because
I gotta give you props for that. That's a good
Levi's been in the forest for about a month. They said a month, and I'm fucking positive that it was 8 months. Like when the railroad 8 months ago, the railroad finished. Like when they got back, the scenes were showing of like Eren in the fucking railroad and stuff. I'm sure that was 8 months ago. Because remember we were doing all this fucking shit out about like when his story got pregnant.
Yeah, I remember.
It was about 8 months ago. Been in the forest for a month now, so like if we're bang on 9 months.
The baby, yeah. Okay, but when a Titan dies, right, it can be distributed to anyone who's like it could be just been born or it could be an old guy, right? Like can't it? Like Pixis could.
No.
Right?
It's a newborn Eldian.
Oh, is it actually?
It's a newborn Eldian, so either it means it's the same day or like the same time, but it's a newborn. It has
bro,
to
if
be
it's a newborn,
Eldian.
that's 100%, bro. That it's definitely Historia's baby that's inheriting it. Oh my god.
Well, not necessarily. They could be on Marley having a kid. There could be 10, 15 other kids being born at the same time.
No kids are being born right now, dude. That's Historia's kid. Holy shit.
If Eren knocked up Historia, he seen from a future Eren seen Zeke dies and then has somehow told his past self Eren to knock his story up at the exact time, or made events work in such a way that he knocked the story up at the exact time that would have that baby be born in 9 months' time, which is still in his past, but the future of the Eren that knocks the story up, so that baby inherits the Beast Titan.
Bro, you
upon
love
being
Pat's
born.
Theories.
Bro,
you love your paths.
have you heard the other thing? Like, theory's been going around for a while. Have you, like, do you know the first episode's called "To You 2,000 Years in the Future"?
Yeah.
Do you know the theory behind that?
No, what's the theory?
The theory is that's Eren at the end game going all the way back to the first founding Titan, and all the way forward and making Eren have that dream. So Eren the kid has the dream that's being him by the founding Titan endgame Eren, right all the way back to the original founding Titan. So like founding Titan Eren goes bing 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 all the way back and sends that dream from the past to you 2,000 years in the future.
I've thought that myself.
This is where it's all going.
But
this is where it's going. I'm telling you.
Oh my god.
So,
Bro, as soon as shows incorporate time travel, fam, anything's possible.
bro, like we are. This is what I'm saying. This is going to be a wild ending. All right. So now I've got two more things that I can. Two we can start to delve into. Number one, right? Eren says he's going along with his plan. It's totally fucked up. Or and honestly, like when I first watched the episode, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with Eren? Like, is Zeke triple agent double agented by Eren? Like, whose side is Eren on? And I'm not saying he's on the scout side, but like he's saying that yes, we'll go with your euthanasia plan. But is he actually? Or is Zeke about to get held by his brother?
But then why would? Okay, so I'm also like, this defense is kind of predicated on that Historia baby Zeke theory. But if for him to like knock up Historia and like kind of have Zeke reincarnated into Historia's baby, I feel like he'd be on board with that euthanization plan.
That's a very far fetched theory. Like, I don't know if you.
It is.
I don't like. I would forget that theory.
Dude, honestly, I'm buying it, but yeah, no, yeah. So there's either two options, right? Like one, Eren's double crossing Zeke, or two, Eren's on board with Zeke and double crossing the Jaegerists, right?
Yeah,
exactly. The Jaegerists want war. They want They want the heads of Morleyans.
Exactly.
And yeah, Eren's just gonna be like, nah.
So when Eren said the best thing was to never be born into this world, or the only way to be saved from this world, that is so not like Eren. That is so anti-freedom. And I can't believe that that's what Eren wants to do. It's really difficult to believe what Eren wants to do. But like, this begs the question. I don't think he wants to do what the Jaegers wants to either. So he is triple. He's triple. I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants. But like, now that he knows that he can, like, the options available to Eren once he has able to touch Zeke, he can do fucking anything. Completely change the biology of them.
I mean, like, yeah, there are two options, right? There are three options. One, kill Marleyans. Two, kill Eldians. Three, euthanize, right? And like, in terms of like Eren's mindset, I feel like the rumbling would be in line with his character. Euthanization, I think that's a good point you brought up. It's not really like Eren, right? Eren wouldn't want to just be like, oh, nah, we shouldn't have any more Eldians. And then obviously he won't kill all Eldians. So.
But we don't know how far the Founding Titan's power. Now that we know they can do that, Eren's basically a god once he's able to like, no wonder the Marlians and everyone else in the world wanted to fucking stop the Titans. Like, you fucking joking? These guys are like, the Founding Titan's like a god.
Yeah, deadass.
Can you imagine? Like, forget the big mindless Titan eating everyone. One dude having all of that power. Everyone else is getting fucked by the pandemic right now, and just like one dude in America goes like, you know what, Americans? Nah, we're better than the pandemic. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
yeah.
This. Have you seen? I'm currently watching Evangelions. I don't know, but I've heard it gets real fucked up, and I reckon that way. We're going into like some like I reckon the season is going to be so much lore, so much history, so much diving into all this weird shit and about the founding and like what Ymir touched. I reckon we're going like super weird, super religious, like super kind of like it's gonna be. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be deep, and it's interesting how you like. You're calling the Founding Titan a god, where like in the show it's like, oh, the devil of Ymir. So.
Yeah, like I mean, can't like, but difference. They're both gods. One's just god of good.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so, and I And so, and after watching Zeke go through all of that, I will actually feel so sorry for him if Eren fucks him over. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, because this backstory kind of shows that Zeke had a good heart. And also real quick, right? So we see the founding titan alter the anatomy of these people to like be resistant to this one disease. And I think it's interesting that Grisha goes there and also helps them like with this disease that's going around, right? He happens to become a doctor. He helps them with this disease. Like, does that have anything to do with
no.
anything?
I think the theory was there that like is far more advanced in Mali than in
Marley.
Paradise, and so like it was just like a common flu, very easy to fix. In Mali, no one knew how to do it inside the walls, and all of a sudden, like knew how to. That's why he was the miracle man, because he like like a common flu or something like that, where no, like it would literally be like a dude from 1940 just turning up in the 1600s and being like, "Why the fuck is?" Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Okay. Yeah. I just thought
I think I just lost you
I
for
get
a
what you're
second.
saying.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you. That was annoying.
Oh.
Give me one sec.
Yeah. No worries. Um. But yeah, I was just gonna say I think it's a weird coincidence that there was this founding titan that like cured this virus, and then Grisha also goes over there and cures this virus. Um. But yeah.
Sorry, go again. I just lost you for a bit then.
No worries. I was just doing some exposition. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay, great. Um,
Um, what were we saying?
no, nothing. Like I do feel for Zeke now. I feel like, you know, his actions can be explained, and I feel like he was ultimately a good guy.
I'd never really thought Zeke was gonna be a bad guy. Just the same as any of the warriors. Like just cooked from like ultimate brainwashing. Like you said before, he was grandparents, his dad, Sava, like Marley, everyone was like meddling with his head, and from that perspective, it kind of makes sense that he comes to the most fucked up solution, which is just like, let's make sure no one has to fucking ever be born again, because like it kind of makes sense from Zeke's perspective. All he ever
Yeah,
got was just like a clusterfuck of people. Not really. Cassava cared about it, but the rest, I don't know. Really.
yeah,
So it will be really tragic if Eren is backstabbing him. But I just can't see Eren. If Eren really is on that plan, then he's like we've been saying for what feels like months now, like he's so far gone. And he really is. If he's seriously on that plan, he's so much for like there is not a shred of Eren that left.
yeah. And I also feel like if Zeke and Eren like told this plan to Marleyans, like they'd be calm with it. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, we'd be down if you guys did that." Right? Like
100 years is a long time. Because can Titan make Eldians not become Titans anymore? I wonder.
that. Oh yeah, I was just about to ask you. Like, so if the whatever the founding titan can alter the anatomy, could they reverse becoming a titan?
I don't know. But the other thing as well is from Ali's perspective. Sure, Eren and Zeke agree to like do that, but Eren's still the fucking founding Titan. They've still got 100
Yeah,
years left with this motherfucker who's a god. Like you're not with him. Like you've still got 100 years of Erens. Like you can have a new founding Titan in 20 years' time and goes, yeah, fuck that, like and reverse it. I think Marleyans are going for it either.
hmm
Zeke's plan is actually not for Marleyans at all. It's literally for Eldians. Like when he talks about saving his lives, he's thinking more about the Eldians who haven't been born yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is so crazy.
So,
but like, if you think about it, right, like Zeke's plan is saving a lot of deaths. Like Marleyans won't die, Eldians won't die. It's preventing these lives from being born, which is like all kinds of. Is that worse than war? Is that better than war?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's. I'm not a fan. If someone in the real world was trying to do that, like you'd probably be a bit annoyed. So
yeah.
So you've essentially got Zeke, who's double, triple agenting, and you've got Eren, who's double agenting him. But we don't know what Eren's goal is going to be yet, because Eren is the Eren. Now that we know Eren, like if the founding Titan can do that, Eren can do, like, not anything, but he's got a lot of ways this show can end. A lot of ways this show can get up. There are a lot of ways this show, like, oh, there's just,
yeah.
That was,
Dude, honestly,
that was the craziest part of the 2 episodes. They can change the biology.
Yeah, that because we finally learned what Zeke's plan was, right? Like that was we've literally been speculating for so long, so that they finally revealed his split. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I really see the whole Eren self-sacrifice plan kind of playing out. Like I feel like there comes to a point where Eren will choose to save the world by like sacrificing himself in some way. Like he's gonna do something that like sets everything right.
He's gonna get eaten by Falco. Or Armin.
Sure.
That was a theory that came at me today by one of my friends. That actually Armin. Oh, what was it? I'm checking.
I don't know. I don't see Armin eating Eren. Oh yeah, but like if Eren is down for this whole euthanization plan, why is he collecting all the Titans? Why is he eating the Warhammer, and doing all that?
Because he's a junkie. No, I don't know. No, my mate's theory was that Armin messages from 2,000 years in the past as the founding titan. But I don't think Armin becomes. I can't believe Armin becomes a founding titan because it has to be Falco, in my mind. In my mind, it's just, it can't not be Falco. It has to be Falco. It's just, there's just too many. There's been too many things, too many little like things that have happened.
Dude, what if Falco eats all of them? Reiner and Eren?
That'd be pretty beastly.
Yeah.
So where does this show go now?
Okay, well, short term, I think episode we get the Warriors making a play. I think Peak, Reiner, and Galliard do something. I think. I honestly I don't know if the Jaegers and Eren make too big of a move next time. I don't know. I feel like everything's been going so like I don't want to say slow, but because it's been a lot of stuff that's been happening. But like Eren is still nowhere closer to Zeke. Like they still don't know where he is. So I don't know if we'll get any kind of reunion like that anytime soon.
Something. Yeah, I think we're back to Shiganshina. I think we're back to Shiganshina. I don't. I feel like Reiner and Galliard and Peak will end up at Gina as well. So Armin, Mikasa in the prison cell with everyone, or they're going to Sheena as well?
Oh no, I think they were in a prison cell, and I think Yelena. Oh, that's also another interesting thing. If Zeke's died, right? Yelena doesn't serve him anymore. Like, does she serve Eren now, or like it seemed like she was offering her services to Mikasa and Armin from the preview.
What?
Like when she was like bowing, like in front of Armin and Mikasa.
Yelena.
Yeah.
I don't know if I watched it. That's weird. I don't remember seeing that part.
It was like at the end of the preview. I don't know. I may be mixing some stuff up.
No, but... I didn't watch the preview closely, so you probably didn't.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't get it out of my head. I think Aaron's on a very, very deep journey into the coordinate.
Yeah.
And it's going to get weird. It's going to get like Fantasy 10 or 13 or Evangelion weird. It's going to get real weird.
The one thing one of the many things I love about this show is their relationships. They extract so much from each thing. Like they could have gone like, oh, Eren and Armin were friends the whole time, but then towards the end, like they didn't talk and they were battling. But the fact that Eren has this confrontation with Armin, like Isayama didn't have to do that, but like the show made it so that it happened, and it was like so enjoyable to watch. So I think next season it's going to be so many betrayals, so many like switching sides, and I'm so like ready for that. Like maybe Reiner does some like switching sides or something. The Warriors are now the good guys somehow. Eren's the bad guy. Mikasa and Armin, Connie, Jean. Maybe they have some like internal conflict.
Something like that is going. It doesn't really feel like there's any sides because there's so many sides.
Yeah.
So many moving parts. I think that, you know what? My brain's not working.
Randy does not have a prediction.
I think that someone that does know is Eren. I have a feeling that Eren is so tapped into. He kind of he knows what's. Like he knew where to go to find like Mikasa and Art. Like, he kind of feels like he's real connected to parts.
Yeah, I think he is, but I don't think he's that tapped like that he can see the future already. Like I don't think he could have seen like, oh, I'm gonna meet Mikasa and Armin in this location. I don't think he's at that yet.
I don't know. Honestly, I can't adequately piece together how wild I know this ending is going to be, but the overtones that we're going to, like spiritual, religious, the coordinate, the center of like everything, like we're going. We're going a long way. We're going a long way somewhere.
We're going somewhere, fam. Yeah. Okay, so these two episodes definitely, like, emotionally, I already said, like, they hit hero level for me. Maybe a bit less. Maybe hero probably still edged it out, but it was, like, very impactful. And then episode 14, best episode of the season. 100%.
Yeah, episode is a straight 10.
Yeah.
I don't even like I can forgive the animation. It wasn't so bad that it ruined it for me. And it was just, oh, wow. Wow. And then episode 15 is like a 9.7.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
the law,
I agree.
like the biological, like it just blew my mind. My fucking mind. But yeah, we got Ackerman backstory. We got like more like Founding Titan lore. We got Zeke backstory. We got Eren fucking telling Mikasa. We got Armin punching Eren. Like Zeke and Beast Titan. Like round 3, we got like Levi potentially like significant injured. Like
Yeah, honestly, dude, my jaw was like the whole time.
yeah, yeah. I don't think I think every minute we stay on here, we're just wasting people's times now. I'm just kind of
Yeah.
I'm spellbound, or like I'm just flabbergasted really. Like, and I've said everything that I can think of saying. I can't eloquently
Yes.
put where I think this 4 seasons is going to go, but I know. I kind of like I know we're getting fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
We'll have a separate episode for predictions, I think, after episode 16. But
Sure.
yeah, thanks everyone for watching. If you're sticking with us through this like 70-minute podcast, it's a long one, but 2 episodes and some juicy ones too. It's been Porter and Randy. Randy, you have anything else to say?
Just subscribe and like and comment. Just get around it. Give it a share if you dig it. Not the most professional reactors out there, but I'd like to think that hopefully we're coming up with some pretty wild theories for you all to listen to. If you like it, please subscribe and comment. Although we don't really, like I do, but because I bet I'll get spoiled one day. Um, and yeah, just keep listening. See you next week for the last episode. That's it.
Peace.
Peace.